Agreed. Yeah.
So how do we watch our own deal with that? How do you feel beyond that now? Do you feel that there is never going to be a version of you that falls into the trap of the ego or whatever?
Everybody has their own traps of the ego. You don't get away from that. As long as you have a body, you have an ego.
Do you?
Yeah.
Why? Because you think the ego is resourced from anatomy, hormonally and neurologically.
Well, not only the ego, from an evolutionary context, is here to protect you. It's here to protect this identity. So it creates a sense of separation so that you can tell the difference between you and a dog and you or something.
Yeah, don't chop your hand off and throw it in the street.
Yeah, so you will always have one. We just have to be aware that it doesn't run the show. That what's running the show is the impulse of life, that so you always have to be aware of it. You always have to work with it to make sure, am I trying to look good, or am I really trying to be of service,
When was the last time you caught yourself trying to look good?
Probably last week.
No way!
I became aware that I was dealing with a situation. And I became aware that my ego in the situation, I wanted to do the right thing, but I was aware that I wanted to also look like I was doing the right thing.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, got it. Just be clear. You don't have to look like you're doing the right thing. Just be yourself. But I could see the ego had gotten invested in not only doing what was right, but looking like I was doing what was right.
Yeah.
So that I had to let go of. I don't care what it looks like or what people think about me. Just do the right thing.
The ego is very tenacious.
It's slippery. And it becomes more subtle as you evolve.
Right, because it's with you.
Yeah.
And do you think, because I'm a sort of a 12-step recovery person, that's where I learn my spirituality is from getting clean from drink and drugs and going through the process of inventory, and that's in 12 steps, and then the process of amends and the process of staying aware and prayer and meditation and service as presented through 12-step recovery fellowships. One of the things they talk about is doing kind things that no one can find out.
Anonymous. I used to have workshops like that. Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Because I was thinking about that, and I suppose because if you're doing kind things and no one can find out, then it's only you and God that know, and you're building that thing.
I teach that as a part of forgiveness as well. Like it's a stage in forgiving. You're forgiving someone. So the first stage, you have to be willing to forgive. The second stage is you have to go through a forgiveness process. And in the third stage, you have to see things from their point of view, at least imagine, And then the next stage is wishing them well, for real, not just faking it, And then the next stage is actually doing something kind for them anonymously, So you're extending the energy. You're making sure if you're really forgiving, you're going to really do something anonymously, So you go through those. So I'm really with the whole anonymous. I used to have workshops like that. I remember I had everybody do something. Make sure that they were giving a gift to somebody, but not get caught. Something that somebody really needed. And so I remember these two guys and this woman were in this workshop, and one of the guys paid this girl's rent. He found out she was about to be evicted, so he paid her rent. He put in an envelope, "This is for your rent," and another guy took credit for it. She thought it was this other guy, and she said, "I know what you did," and he's like, "What?" "I know what you did." He kind of like sheepishly, he didn't say he did it, but he didn't say I didn't. And the other guy was like, but he couldn't break the anonymous vibe and say, "I paid the rent." His ego was going crazy.
The ego's not going to like that. My ego didn't even like it. I was thinking going around, say if you see cars with parking tickets, like you could just take the parking ticket, you could call up and pay it.
Yeah, that's great.
No one would ever know.
That's great.
I'd really want people, I want people to go, "Hey, I see this guy paying parking tickets. Maybe he's the new Jesus."
Right. Look at him. He's great.
Whoa, this guy. We should build a palace for him or something. There should be some sort of special day to celebrate him.